Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this live basketball broadcast on the Rocket Sports Network, a collaboration between the Streetsboro Athletic Department, 88.9 WSTB, and the Rocket Report. I'm Bryce Posek, along with my partner Trevor Kamlowski.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Great to see you. Welcome back.
Yeah. Couldn't make it Saturday, and Marcelo crushed it.
Oh yeah, I think he did a really good job.
Hey, Marcelo's sitting here next to us, ready for his halftime show.
Right,
good work, Marcelo.
He'll be here for halftime.
Yeah.
And today the Streetsboro Rockets are hosting the Lutheran West Longhorns. So, Trevor, we got a lot to talk about. This is a really big game, a very tall team.
Very tall team.
From what I could see, every player on the listed roster is as expected, and there's only two guys I could see that are under 5 foot, 3'3" guys. Most of them are 6'6", 6'1", 6'2". There's a lot of guys that are very, very tall. And that's going to be a problem for the Rockets because their starting point guard
100%
is taller than our center.
Yeah. And looking down at the roster, one of the guys they don't have playing tonight, 6'8".
Wow.
I was looking down, taking a glance, and he's not playing tonight, but 6'8" there. Got 6'4", 6'3". Really only two guys under 6 foot.
Yeah, that's definitely huge.
Yeah, that will play a big round, especially in the rebounding game. But talking about the rebound game, Ryan Roscoe, he's been back for a couple games. He's been playing good. Ethan Lye, Junior Cook, Ryan Roscoe leading the team in rebounds. So we got to look for them playing aggressive, boxing out, getting good rebounds.
Yeah, and so currently Streetsboro is 11-8 overall and 8-5 in the conference, but they've won their last 10 out of 12. So they're looking pretty hot right now, and they're coming off of a win versus Poland Seminary, the last game that we played. Mm-hmm. That was a huge win.
How was the energy there? You know I'm the energy guy.
Honestly, it wasn't great since
it's
a
Saturday game.
Yeah, so Saturday games are typical, but that was definitely, in my opinion, other than Norton, the toughest opponent we played all year.
Really?
And they won by double digits. So definitely a good game. One thing to talk about is some of our players, since Ryan Roscoe has come back, have been kind of underperforming. One of them being P.J. Robinson. He's been shooting pretty inefficiently. Hasn't been able to quite connect for the three ball, but it's only been a couple games since this has been happening, so I wouldn't get too worried about it. But as we approach the postseason, it's definitely something to look at.
Yeah, 100%. Shooting-wise, Braden Hodge, kind of a career shooter, has not really been shooting this year as well.
No, not necessarily. I think one of the biggest things is just confidence. I remember at the beginning of the season, he would pull it from almost half court.
Yeah.
He had that shooter mentality, where I think now sometimes he might hesitate every once in a while, and I think that's what's kind of causing him a problem.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you there, Bryce. Time's ticking down here. We're getting close to the game start. Before the game, as always, I talked to Coach Marcini, and he kind of stuck to the same lines of, you got to rebound the ball. You got to play good in transition. You got to defend transition and move the ball. There's two sides of transitioning that ball, and you got to make sure you do both well. And then also, you got to play good defense. I asked him, he said we're going to get multiple looks out here, try to look for some traps, and, just kind of play solid sit-down defense, not try to get too fancy with it. Just give them a few of our different looks, and, just go at it, have fun.
Yeah, and so I was looking at the schedule for Lutheran West, and I saw that they played St. Ignatius earlier in the season, which is they're widely regarded as at least a top 5, maybe even the best team in Ohio for basketball, and they lost by 6 points, 60-54. So definitely something to talk about there is this team has played elite competition, and although they didn't overcome it, when you lose by 6 to St. Ignatius, that is almost overcoming it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
St. Ignatius is an insanely good school in any sport, especially basketball. So, yeah, even contending with St. Ignatius there is insane.
Yeah, and so I'm super excited to see this game. This is definitely the most competition we've seen yet.
Yeah, we really haven't faced that much of a height adversity.
No, definitely not. Probably Norton being the tallest.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. So that'll definitely be interesting, especially because we don't have really any true bigs. Chima's tall up there, but he plays more of a guard.
Yeah, and so it's definitely hard to tell.
When you think of really who our forwards would be, Chris Grable, Ethan Lye, Ryan Roscoe, but
Ethan's our point guard, realistically.
Yeah, Ethan's our point guard, realistically. He's a point guard forward. It's one of the most interesting combinations that you'll have there. So Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely not uncommon. You see that nowadays in the NBA, even with guys like Jokic. I mean, he brings up the ball. LeBron brings up the ball, and they.
How about that win last night?
Oh, don't even get me started. Oh, I can talk all night about that.
I was watching the highlights before I came here.
I watched the whole game. That was just awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not uncommon to see anymore. Yeah, no, definitely excited to see what's going to happen so far tonight.
And if you guys don't already, make sure you give us a follow on all of our social medias, Rocket Sports Network on Instagram and Facebook, Streetsboro Athletics on X, and then subscribe to the YouTube that you're watching this on right now. And now we head to the national anthem.
Your team and their opponents. Let's all remember to respect the game. At this time now, please join us as we honor America and our men and women serving around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Always been a huge national anthem guy, Trevor.
Oh, yeah.
Can never go wrong with it.
I mean, you can. It's such a nice song.
But now, we go down to Bob Long for the starting lineups.
And now, here is the starting lineup for tonight's game. Starting for Lutheran West, 6'3" senior, number 0, Chase Casmo. 6' senior, number 1, Dominic Burns. 6'1" senior, number 2, Josiah Davis. 6'1" junior, number 4, Marquise Capers. And 5'8" senior, number 11, Jordan Custis. And now, here is the starting lineup for the Streetsboro Rockets. Starting tonight, a 5'11" junior, number 1, P.J. Robinson. 5'11" senior, number 3, Janair Cook. 5'9" senior, number 4, Braden Hodge.
Thank you.
Starting tonight, 6'1" senior, number 11, Ethan Laye. And 5'11" senior, number 32, Chris Grable.
Yeah, and that's definitely something to notice is Roscoe is not in the starting rotation anymore.
Yeah, he's not starting. You know, still rehabbing that injury. So
he still jumps just as high though.
He does jump just as high, but you want to be careful with wearing out that injury.
Yeah, and 100%. He still gets good minutes. I mean, even at the end of the game, if it was a close game last game, he did end up playing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something to look at. But tip-off's about to get underway, and we could already see this height matchup right now.
Yeah, Ethan doesn't look that small out there. I really expected Ethan to look smaller.
Yeah, but if we look at their roster, they have a lot more on the bench that are taller.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest issue.
That's true. They do still have some of those tall guys down there on the bench. And now here is the tip-off lining up. Well,
Couldn't have say I expected Ethan to win that one.
Yeah.
But in a way they did, because nobody got to the ball. So it will be Rockets' ball to start out the game.
Now, Janier Cook with the inbound. You know, usually when we see that inbound from the sideline, it is Janier passing it in. But if we're going under the hoop, Braden Hodge will really be the one passing it in, so they can try to get a wraparound three from him.
Yeah, I definitely think it's just the type of plays that they like to run, which is nothing wrong with that necessarily. And I always like how they have different guys passing in for different situations.
Yeah. Because
you don't necessarily need Janier to pass in if you're under the baseline, because you might be looking for somebody to score on the paint, and your best option at that point is Janier. Yeah, and a long possession here as Janier goes up with the layup. Got nothing out of it, though.
Lutheran just kind of setting it up here at the top. A little bit slowing down, controlling the tempo of the game. That's always good. Good to see, you know. That's a skilled play there. It's a missed layup by Josiah Davis. Couple of them.
I mean, that right there is that height that we talked about where they just can't get those rebounds. Yeah, I mean, he's still going. How many more rebounds as the foul is called?
Yeah, looks like that foul is going to fall on Braden Hodge for the Rockets.
I mean, how many how many rebounds did I mean?
That was at least 3.
Okay, so the foul was not shooting. So there's no free throws will be taken, but still, it's not what you like to see.
And looks like Janier Cook on a hold now under the hoop. Not on the shot, though. That'll stay on the floor. Rockets, I'm not quite sure. Looks like they're in a man.
Yeah, I mean, especially with a taller team like this, I don't necessarily hate it, but I guess the most important part is you just have to make sure you get help when they get into the paint, even if you are running a man.
Might be a 2-3 there. Not really sure.
Yeah, and Augustus just got right by Grable there. Looked like he didn't really expect him to drive. Might have been looking for a step back or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Now with the Rockets still not getting anything. I mean, this is not what we like to see early in the game. The Rockets, they've always been a team that's kind of started off quicker and then maybe slowed down towards the end of the game. That's not what we're seeing right now. Maybe it's just the height overwhelming them, but the Rockets take a 4-point deficit early in the ball game. That was a good screen from Grable there. Really didn't do a ton. Now Lai is so composed down there, even though a wide open pass. He gets Grable down there.
Good work for the Ginger Giant right there. Getting in there, getting a nice left-handed layup too. Reverse.
Well, that's something I've always noticed about Grable. Is he, in my opinion, is almost equally good with his left as he is his right.
Yeah, 100%. He does. He has skills with both hands, which is a really good, well-rounded player there. Janier Cook picks up his second foul, and it's going to be shooting one. There's Roscoe to check in for the Rockets.
Yeah, not very long before they subbed him in.
No, that did not take long.
I mean, team's leading rebounder.
Yeah.
How many is he averaging a game? Is that?
Actually, with Ryan's little leave of absence there when he was injured, Ethan took over as the leading rebounder. So Ethan's averaging 5.3. Janier Cook with 5, and Ryan Roscoe now in third with 4.5 rebounds per game.
Well, that just shows how much some of these guys stepped up when he went down. And almost the way I see it is sometimes you got to break someone down to bring them back up, and that's almost what we saw there. You know, Ryan, I don't want to say he was carrying the team, but he had a bigger load than he ever should have had, especially for being a first-year varsity player.
Yeah.
So
100%.
by taking him off the team, it taught the team how to play as a team. And then when you bring them back, they just become that much better.
Yeah, and that's really what the rest of the team struggled with was those rebounds, as both free throws are sunk by Davis.
Yeah, that's something I like to point out about Lutheran West. All 6 of their points are brought in by 3 different players, so they're definitely using their whole roster, and that's going to be a struggle. And no good for Robinson. Still kind of in that, slump a little bit as Hodge gets the steal. Contested lay, no good. Yeah, and that's just tough to see there from Robinson. Still, I mean, he's in a slump, but I mean, I got to tell you, that is one of the best finishers through contact I have seen come through Streetsboro. Like, honestly, even though he is in that slump, very, very good job at drawing contact as he gets the steal there.
Beautiful steal, and now here's Hodge going up. A little bit of contact, but he sinks a free throw. His first points of the night.
He's always played above his height, I've noticed.
Oh, 100%. He gets in there. He's aggressively going for those rebounds.
That's going the way of the Rockets.
Yeah, Davis catches the ball, steps out of bounds there, trying to avoid Grable's pick.
Yeah,
and
Josiah
he steps
Davis
out of bounds.
not too happy about that
Not
call
very
right
happy
there.
at all.
I mean, I would never be if I lost the ball either, so I can't give him too much blame. But yeah, that's a play there by Grable to throw it down to Hodge and not even risk the turnover.
No, that was a great play there. I saw Coach kind of telling him what's up there, moving Hodge up to get into that opening.
Yeah, you know, Hodge, although he's always been kind of a catch-and-shoot player, he's also done a pretty good job at getting to the basket this season, something that he developed further from last year. He was pretty much just straight shooting from behind the arc.
100%. And ref's correction here. Ball will stay the way of the Rockets after Roscoe's missed layup there. So Rockets will get the ball under their own hoop.
Yeah, and we could see there just kind of the injury rehabbing as, he went up for that floater type of shot right there, and he didn't get up quite as high as I once remember him getting up there.
And you can see him being a little bit more lenient with the contact as well, not really going into the contact as much, kind of trying to avoid it as he just goes right through contact.
Well, I mean, even then, he wasn't really going into a body as much as he was just going into arms, which is a lot different.
Yeah.
But still, and that's something, I kind of, when I talked to some of his teammates, one thing that they all said about Robinson's game, or not Robinson, Roscoe's game is, I asked, why is he didn't even play in varsity last year. Why is he so good? And they said he's one of the best guys on the team at creating opportunities. He does a really good job at getting open, which leads to him getting a lot of points. Because a lot of the times, it's not even ridiculously impressive shots. It's just like we saw right there. He got in the corner, got a great drive, and he got open.
Yeah. A little bit there. Deep three taken by Kuzmal as he missed it. A holding foul was called on the Longhorns, so the Rockets got possession. Now they're on their own half. Oh, that was a nice little setup there. Hodge almost had the opportunity for a quick pop-up three, which I would love to see him shoot one of those.
Yeah, well, Hodge, he's always been, a bit of an underrated passer. He's run point guard his whole life, but you can't knock off the big dog that is Ethan Laie.
Yeah.
So he has kind of taken a step back, but he's always been a pass-first type of player, never really shot first, which you can't see this year because we typically see him in a catch-and-shoot type of scenario. And Laie really seeing the height matchup here. He's also listed at 6'1", but he's much taller. Monroe shoots a three. It does not go down. Laie with the rebound.
Yeah, good rebound there as he gets pushed around a little bit.
Yeah, and the jump ball is going to be called.
And they're going to call it jump ball. Laie not happy there. He wanted the foul call. And the jump will give the ball to the Longhorns as Hodge and Morris sub for the Rockets.
I mean, at the end of the day, there was joint possession there.
Yeah.
And even if that isn't completely, 50-50, as long as there's four hands on the ball, they can call it. And so the nice drive there, that's no good. Ball straddle, ends up back into the hands of Burns. Corner three from the shooter. That's no good, rebounded by Laie.
Now Monroe back to Laie. The Rockets are doing well in transition. That was one thing I talked about to Coach. Besides that steal there, moving the ball down the court, they're doing that effortlessly.
You're all right.
Yeah, they lose the ball there.
Yeah, well, I want to say good job on Monroe to get back right there. Yeah, and Kuzma, he'll be shooting two after that.
Yeah, Monroe got on the arm a little bit there. The game is tied up, though. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, so we're almost done with the first quarter, and the game's all tied up. So Rockets keeping it close here.
Yeah, well, Kuzma, he's a scary shooter.
He is a scary shooter.
Probably the best shooter on the court. And Big Hodge, he is not on the court right now, but even with them on, I honestly couldn't say that Hodge is a better shooter by any means. Yeah, Kuzma sinks his first free throw. Obviously, he's a great player.
And if you guys wanted some more sports content, make sure to follow our podcast, Behind the Bench, for exclusive interviews with Streetsboro High School athletes. Behind the Bench is on all major streaming platforms, as well as if you go to rock889.com, head over to Programming and then Podcast Center. And that is Behind the Bench, as both free throws are made for Kuzma.
Yeah, and free throws are a telltale way to see how good of a shooter someone is. If they could sink them like it's nothing and have no worries going to the line, well, you're going to see a lot of success from them shooting. As Monroe gets a strip stolen by Kuzma on the fast break, only one person ahead of him. Down low, Burns, 4-3, no good. And that's rebounded by Davis. And a reach-in is called.
It looks like they're going to get Morris on a hold there.
Streetsboro foul number 10, Dallas Morris.
That'll be
just a tough situation there.
Yeah, tough situation. That will be the team's fifth in the first quarter, so Capers there to go, or not Capers, pardon me. Davis to go to the line. I saw Capers standing there. I thought he was the one shooting. Davis to go to the line for the Longhorns.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. Because if you do recall, in the beginning of the season, that was their biggest problem, is getting into foul trouble.
Yeah.
Where Laie and Robinson fouled out in the first game of the season, which I ended up losing the first game to Coventry, which they beat by 20, 30 points in their second appearance. So if obviously it's a close game right now, but if we don't see significant change, it could cause problems in the later game. Yeah, but I don't think I've seen a missed free throw yet for Lutheran West. Definitely have looked very solid from the free throw line. And, as a coach, that's what you love to see right there, because that's where you win your games at, is the free throw line.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we saw that. The last game I was here, who did we play? The one before Poland. Was that Woodridge? Yeah. Woodridge, we won that game on free throws.
Oh, 100%. Laie, he had about 7 points off of free throws just in the fourth quarter alone.
Yeah,
so we definitely saw that.
Same with Janier Cook. So, free throws win games.
Play, and that's for the corner three for Roscoe. Yeah, no good. That's got to be about Davis's 5th rebound of the night. Going up contested. Beautiful athletic layup from Dominic Burns. Man, we could just see the athleticism out there for Lutheran West.
Back on defense. I love to see that. A guy that gets back on defense.
Oh, yeah. You showed the ball, put it back down, went back up, almost got no contest there. Was super athletic. Yeah, and kind of diving on the ball there. Definitely shows the athleticism of both teams. For the floater. No good, just lips out. Really can't get anything going yet.
The one thing, this Lutheran West team really pays attention to detail. When you see a shot go up from them, they're crashing the board, they're going up for rebounds, and they're getting back on defense. That's something that'll win games. It's something small, is just paying attention to those little details like that, and really makes a difference.
Wow, that was one of the best passes I have seen all day. And I see that calling a timeout. Dominic Burns came in with the big layup, went right back with that outstanding pass. What can he do?
Longhorns picking apart our 2-3 there. Rockets went to a 2-3. Laie had to bump out a little bit as Monroe was up guarding on the left wing, and then left a little bit of hole in the middle, which is the one spot you don't want to have a hole in your defense when you're in a 2-3, and they just picked that apart, did a great job of it.
Yeah, and I definitely wonder if they're trying something different, because on the possession prior to that, Monroe took up the ball and not Laie.
Yeah.
And so I'm almost wondering if they're trying to, I don't want to say get Laie out of the point guard position, but pretty much have him go take a bigger matchup. Especially with the height of this team. So I honestly think they're trying to start having him play down lower.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate at all. Since Monroe's a very gifted point guard himself.
Yeah, but if we're going to have Laie down low, I do want to see more boxing out from him. I haven't really seen him be too physical under the hoop. I've seen him be physical on defense, but not under the hoop. So I really want to see that from Laie, getting under there, getting an arm in him and getting a good box out to get a rebound.
Yeah, instead of bringing it up, and now is Hodge. Speaking of Laie not running the point guard now, definitely nothing he's done wrong. Hodge, just horrible turnover right there. Right into the hands of Davis as he puts up the layup. No good. Yeah, definitely not what you like to see. Turnovers lose games right there. And the high IQ play by Laie just letting it go out.
Yeah, and the Rockets losing the turnover battle right now. And at this level, the turnover battle is what you need if you want to win the game.
Yeah, so same thing as we saw before. We're going to have Hodge taking it up now.
Lutheran with their first sub coming in will be, not their first sub, their second sub. Yeah, so Capers will come back in. Kuzma will get a seat. And now here's Morris, left wing, for 3. No good. Rebound by
there's that Laie rebound. I was about to say. Yeah, Morris, he actually at one point in time led the team in three-point percentage. He's kind of fallen off since then. Still a very, very talented shooter. It's just the more you take, the less you make. It's just kind of how it works. Shooting 57%. You don't even see that in the NBA. Yeah, very, very talented.
Foul on Foul on Burns there is a push foul. So Roscoe now has it on the baseline. Beautiful, beautiful footwork there. Using his pivot foot to get open and get to the hoop there. That'll be his second time scoring tonight. Rockets 8. As the clock's ticking down here on the first quarter.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to try to just end up doing something where they just hold the ball for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. When you're up 5 points right now, you have no reason to get a little bit alert. And so I would really just, and I think that's what they're going to do in these last 10 seconds. But the illegal screen is called. That'll give the Rockets 7.2 seconds to have some action happening. Yeah, it looks like Marcini's going to call up a play real quick. At least try to get something moving. Don't have a ton of time.
And Longhorns to go into a full court man here?
Yeah, I'm assuming Hodge is going to take the inbound or someone.
No.
Oh, no, but he gets stuck there. He's got to move.
3 seconds, 2. Laie floater, no good to end the half, or end the quarter, pardon me. So Rockets down 5, clears their foul trouble. What are you seeing there in the first half, Bryce?
I'm not seeing great defense, honestly. I don't want to say it's a hustle thing, but I think it's just, they came off of such a big win on Saturday against a team that honestly was the hardest hustling team I have ever seen. And we've been doing this for almost 3 years. I mean, they were a hustle team. And I'm wondering if it's just they came off of that and like, okay, we don't have to have that same intensity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have not seen the same thing.
And actually, I'm going to correct myself here. We played Ravenna in the last game that I was here with you.
Oh, yeah.
And the one thing we talked about, the differential of that game was from 12 to 14 for the entire game. And that was because Ravenna came out slow, and then they were an evenly matched team, and they were just trailing the whole time.
Yeah, no, I definitely noticed that. But Rockets, the only thing I'm kind of wondering is, this height advantage. We haven't seen Chima check in yet. And so I'm kind of starting to wonder, like, what are we going to see him come in, or are we going to keep running that small ball?
I think we're still going to see the small ball. Chima's good coming off the bench because he's a senior. He can keep the composure of the guys on the floor, but you're not going to see him come off the bench this early in a game.
I don't think so either.
Though I'd love to see him shoot it.
Oh yeah, and you were there when he started drawing up the plays against Ravenna. Was that? Yeah. So now now finally running back into the point guard position.
And Roscoe's pass is picked off there. And now E to drive. He misses that. Picked up by Hodge as Roscoe's down at the other end of the court. Roscoe jumps up with him. See, still being on that landing, still cautious of that right ankle. He landed hard on the left.
Yeah, so definitely a tough shot there. I don't believe Laie got that rejection there. I believe it was just a missed shot. Yeah, great pass down low there from Kuzma. Got to be at least his second assist of the game. Second basket for Jod Eid.
And now here's Laie. And the Rockets just really trying to move that ball around, create shots, trying to find openings as Robinson goes up, contested layup, and that's good for an and one. Robinson gets the and one to hopefully cut this lead down to 2 points.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what we talked about earlier this game.
Yeah.
Even though he is in a bit of a slump, his ability to finish around the basket is just super high level.
Robinson from the free throw line this year. Let's see he's not one of our leading free throw shooters. Leading the team, Braden Hodge, 86%.
Yeah, we definitely saw it there. Missing the free throw. Looks like Laie thought that'd be his ball.
Yeah, a few of the audience members too.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have the greatest view of it, so I think it's one of those things where...
he literally was standing right next to him.
That's part of ball.
It's part of ball.
So, starting the second quarter, definitely not as much of a margin as I was honestly expecting. I thought this would be a little bit more favored towards Lutheran West, so I'm happy to see what we have right now. Yeah, and that was Aiden Monroe, not to be confused with Adrian Monroe, taking that three right there.
Monroe?
Oh, yeah.
How did I miss that one?
And the hard foul on Roscoe right there. Looks like he'll be going to the line shooting two. Will not be shooting two.
He will not be
Called
shooting.
that on the ground.
I was going to say, I saw a hand point. I thought that was on the ground.
Yeah, definitely tough.
Laie inbounding it. That's something we haven't really seen before, but as you said, he's kind of moving to being more of a down-low player, so Hodge to bring it up for the Rockets now. Yeah. This is really the first time we've seen him in that point guard role, really, since middle school for me. Back in middle school basketball, he played point guard with me. And now he's kind of back in that position.
Yeah. I mean, caught in the trap. He's got to move. And that's just something that Lutheran West has been done such a good job at doing. Yeah, I mean, it causes the turnover because, I mean, he's getting stuck.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I understand Ethan's frustrated, but he's kind of
Yeah,
you got to keep that ball moving.
Yeah, you got to keep moving that ball, and also you got to keep moving. I saw a lot of stagnant feet there, and when they're running a defense like that where they got 2-on-1, someone's bound to be open if you just move. You got to move to the openings and find something open. Rockets now back in a man.
Yeah, now Kuzmal, I've heard a ton about his shooting. I haven't seen him really take any nuts shots yet.
And they're going to call a foul here.
Yeah, and Laie kind of conversing with Robinson a little bit there. See, he's kind of yelling at him a little bit, making a bad play on defense. Maybe offense. Honestly, I couldn't tell you, but.
And now Monroe coming in for Hodge.
Yeah, Laie, he's always been definitely a captain. I talked to Robinson earlier in the season. He said Ethan was like the father of the team. This is even when he kind of was in his slow start. So he's like, you know, even if he's not putting up all the stats, it's really just the leadership that's helping him out.
And he does a great job of kind of commanding the troops when he's down there on the court. You saw him talking to Robinson, you know, saying, hey, if I'm in a pickle like that, you got to come to me and get that ball. Because the Rockets will call a timeout with a loose ball on the floor.
Yeah, and it looked like whatever Laie said there to him worked, is we get that ball back in our possession.
Yeah. I mean, Robinson, you saw a difference in attitude on the defensive side of the ball right after Laie talked to him. And that's no coincidence. Laie gets in your ear. He'll say, hey, I need you to do better because we're all playing together. We're not playing for yourself. We're playing for each other. I've heard him talk to him. You see him talking to Thomas there about what can we do to do better.
Yeah, I think Laie, he's one of those guys, and we've seen it in all sports. I know he's a captain for soccer.
Yeah.
Definitely a captain for track, even though I know track is maybe less of a team sport.
You know, it's more of a team sport than you think.
I think so, because he is in a couple relays, I know.
And also in competition, yeah, it's fairly individual. But when you get into practice, everybody there is pushing each other as a team because we want to be the best team out there. Like, yeah, it's great to be an individual champion, but as a whole, you want to be out there winning meets. You don't just want to have one guy win a heat. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I 100% know what you're saying.
And you'll see him at practice. Come on, work harder. Let's go. One more lap. Let's go. Finish this one hard. Like, he's always doing that, no matter what sport it is, and I think that's admirable of him as a captain.
Yeah, so the Rockets only trailing by 3 right now. I haven't seen a ton of scoring in the second quarter yet. For the most part, we have the starters out there right now. And Marcini's not looking happy. Like, he continues to get stuck up top. Yeah, and that's what they got to do a good job at. It's just not letting go of that ball early. Like Robinson just did there. That's Aiden Monroe. And he slams it down with the one-hand jam. Last time we saw that this season was from C.J. Ross on Ravenna.
I'll say C.J. did it better. You know, a dunk is always impressive in a high school game, but it was a little gentle. He could have been rougher with it. You know, I like to see a good power slam.
Well, I think we still got plenty of basketball yet to come. I'm kind of hoping you're right, and we do get to see something like that. Yeah, kind of a prayer shot right there going up.
I think that was meant to be more of a pass to Grable there on the outside, and it just got caught in the hands.
Yeah, the spinning fadeaway from Dominic Burns.
Yeah.
Nothing but net there. Didn't even touch a lick of the rim.
It's a beautiful shot.
That's Grable's. That is Grable's head shot right there. Is that spinning fadeaway mid range? Actually, we got to see him hit one last time. Last game, he hit a corner three. Definitely seen great improvements of him throughout the season, especially getting into the starting rotation.
The Rockets are looking a little confused at what we're running offensively here. That's never good.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I've always thought if you're kind of confused on offense, you got to get it back to your captain. That's exactly what they did. Got it to Laie in the corner, slowed it down, and gave Robinson for that three. But still just can't hit anything right now.
The shot's not falling for the Rockets. They're not bad shots. They're not missing terribly. They're just not falling. As Monroe scraps for that one. Looks like we're going to get a foul on the Longhorns here.
Yeah, and then looks like it's Kuzmal. He tried to get a hop step there. He just couldn't quite get his feet planted. I think he got off balance for that layup there.
Yeah, Capers with a hold there, so that'll be his first. Team second of the quarter.
Yeah, now the Rockets losing by 7. You know, it doesn't sound like a ton. You know, it's 2 threes or 3 and 2 twos.
Yeah.
But that is substantial in high school basketball because the way the momentum works, it kind of swings a little bit less than it does in more professional leagues.
Looks like we're going to get a reach-in.
Yeah, Marquise Capers. It looked like it was an off-ball foul there. Yeah, 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in the half. Rockets still down by 7.
That was Capers' second foul in the last 10 seconds.
Wow.
Back-to-back for him there.
Yeah, definitely had a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah.
Rockets only won in this quarter, surprisingly.
And also another thing to look at, that will now put the Longhorns at 3 fouls in this quarter, so they're getting close to the Rockets being in bonus, and then we could see some points made up for the Rockets.
I don't even think we've seen Hodge attempt a 3 in the recency. Spoke too soon. He puts it up. That's no good.
Yeah, just a little bit right. You see that the wrist tape on his left wrist there. I was talking to him before the game, and he does say, that left wrist, it bothers me a little bit, but not enough to the point where there's something wrong. I just need to give it time. And really, you don't get time in high school basketball season. You're playing 2-3 games a week, which is very stressful on your body.
Yeah, he just missed another 3 there. And then that reach-in's call, that'll be on Jaden Taylor. But yeah, very, very heads-up play from Hodge to just get it out of there, falling out of bounds. And that's something that, me and you have talked about this before. I love when players chase their shots. And that's what he just did right there. Missed that three-pointer, went and got his own rebound.
Yeah, no. And that really is what wins you games, is just those fundamental things, following your shot, getting good rebounds, boxing out, stuff like that. It all adds up and will win you games.
Yeah, and we can see it right here that they're going to keep the ball moving. So they typically like to not dribble too much, but this team, they keep getting caught in that trap. We especially saw it with Laie. Yeah, and then that hook shot, no good for Monroe. He's never really been much of an inside guy, at least with the hook shots and post moves. So that was a little bit out of his bag right there.
And one thing to watch, we got kind of 2 mismatches on the court. Now we got a big mismatch on the court. Adrian Monroe guarding the big number 35, Aiden Monroe.
Yeah, Adrian versus, and Aiden loses that battle, misses that layup lefty. Man, that guy's huge, listed at 6'6", might even be taller. As Laie gets the athletic finish, and that's that captain leadership we like to see there, getting his first basket of the night.
His first basket of the night. That cuts the lead down to 5, so we're just under 2 minutes left in the first half. This game's getting good.
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of my... got to be one of the favorite games. I've been anticipating this game for so long now, especially knowing the type of schedule and the type of roster that Lutheran West has. This is not a team to joke with, and we're seeing this right now. Aiden Monroe, I'm honestly surprised he didn't come off the bench, because the way I was talking about the players, it sounded like he was going to be like their number 1 star. So I'm wondering if he's kind of in a scenario, maybe he's rehabbing an injury like Roscoe or something, but yeah, he's definitely a threat to be reckoned with out there.
One thing I want to point out, great defense by Monroe down there. You had Custis driving on him, and Monroe just stood up like a brick wall there. And now the Rockets defense, it's been almost a minute on this possession, and the Rockets defense are just holding the Longhorns here.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the Longhorns are just trying to run out the clock a little bit. Yeah, as he gets wide open for the corner 3. He switches that. Jordan Custis.
Laie's got to get out there.
Yeah, 100% thanks to Jordan Custis. Not very tall. Shortest player on the team, standing at 5'8". Very, very physical. They refer to him as the short guard before the game, but looks like he is nothing but short with his shots, sinking that 3 right there. Yeah, but definitely not the way you want to end the quarter.
No, just under 30 seconds left, and the Rockets looking to do something. Morris gets the ball off of Monroe's knee, and it looks like there's going to be a foul called. That one will fall on Custis again. That'll be his second, and Morris goes to the line. Dallas Morris, have we seen him at the free throw line yet this year?
We've seen him very, very few times because he's just never really been that type of player.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to talk about right there for Laie is we've been talking about it all game. We could see it. I'm sure the coaches could see it. We can't pick up our dribble behind the arc, because that's when they get caught in those traps like that, and that's when we start getting turnovers. That fortunately was not a turnover, but it's going to start turning into them as the game goes on, and it has been a turnover problem.
And a carousel of subs there. Coming off will be Aiden Monroe, with Kuzma coming in for him for the Longhorns. Then Robinson and Roscoe coming off the bench, letting Janier Cook and Braden Hodge have a seat. 23 seconds left in the first half. Morris' second free throw, no good. Gets his own rebound. And hard foul there, not called.
Yeah, great Euro step there, but just couldn't get quite the layup up. Only 13 seconds left. We got to play less sloppy than that from Monroe.
Monroe, he had to jump there to kind of free himself. Morris puts
that was just not the shot right there with 5 seconds left. Good contest from Laie. Did his job. Rockets down by 8 right now. It's only getting worse from here, so we do have to be a little bit careful about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that they were down 5 going into the second quarter.
Down 5 going into the second quarter, now down 8. So that lead for the Longhorns extended by 3. But now we're going to head into halftime. We got 10 minutes.
Yeah, but don't leave because.
But you better not leave.
We got Marcelo Vecchio coming down.
The myth, the legend, Marcelo Vecchio, coming with your halftime report in just a second.
Brother.
All right, I'm Marcelo Vecchio with your halftime report, and just go over general information coming into this game. You know, total season overlook for both teams. Rockets started off 2-6, and then after a big loss to Kenston, they went on a run of 9, winning 9 of their last 11, and currently on a 4-game winning streak. But Lutheran West started the year pretty good with 3-2. But then went on a 3-game losing streak, including an overtime loss in Rodonia. Then after that loss, won 4 of their 5, but then just could not be consistent and keep winning. But they are currently coming off of a win against John F. Kennedy Catholic. But, you know, onto this game, some things that we've been kind of keeping an eye out for is a bounce back from P.J. Robinson, a rough 2-game stretch for him, having those slow games where he's just been really ineffective from 3. And then, you know, Kean, Ethan Lai, and Janier Cook continue their great play. Ethan Lai has been continuing great play, but Janier Cook has been really neutralized throughout this whole game. And Ryan Roscoe has, you know, everyone coming into this game was wondering what he would do with his, you know, not doing too bad after coming back from his injury. He just hasn't been the same, but he's done great. First half of this game, he currently has 6 points, along with no fouls, which has been a big hurting point for this Rockets team. And then, you know, obviously Braden Hodge being able to hit those threes that he's notorious for doing, and that has been really ineffective during this game. He hasn't really been able to do anything, currently only having 2 points. But, you know, this is a great game. I mean, even though, you know, the Rockets are down currently, but it's still only a 8-point game, and it's definitely easy for the Rockets to come back. Some key things for them to do: they have to stop Lutheran from getting in towards the close, easy baskets, because, you know, Lutheran has struggled from the 3-point line. They hit that 1-3 near the end of the first half, but other than that has really struggled. So they need to prevent them getting into, you know, force them to take maybe those long mid-ranges and those threes, and, you know, not letting them get towards the basket. And then, you know, they have to take advantage of Lutheran West's swarming tactic when it comes to defense, which has worked throughout this whole game. But, you know, they've been swarming the ball carrier, and, you know, obviously when there's 2 or 3 guys on one man with the ball, it's going to be hard to pass. But if you can get that ball out, there's going to be someone that is going to be open for an easy 3 or going to have an easy lane to the basket. That's just what you just have to try and find those and take advantage of that swarming, because it's really just proved that Streetsboro's strong suit of their speed has just kind of rendered that whole part of their game useless. So Lutheran West has been playing a great game, big defensive game, very physical. A lot of fouls from both teams, a lot from the Rockets in the first half, and then a lot coming from Lutheran West in that second half. But, you know, defensive game, physical game. I always love to watch a good defensive game. It's great to watch. Some old school basketball. It's only 22-14. Most games are, there's 30, high 20s, low 30s usually scored by now. But no, it's 14 and 22 is kind of low for basketball games nowadays. And, Streetsboro coming into this game is currently second in the MAC, sitting at 11-8 on the year. So, they've been playing great down this stretch. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do to finish this game. Again, just have to take advantage of those, those double and triple teams that Lutheran West has been trying to do. And then taking advantage of, Lutherans showing a struggle of being able to shoot. So they need to take advantage of that. But that concludes the halftime report. Bryce and Trevor will be with you in just a couple minutes. I'm Marcelo Vecchio.
And welcome back to the second half of today's game. Currently, the score is 14-22 with the Rockets trailing. Definitely have a game ahead of ourselves. As you can see, Trevor is not here. It looks like he's doing some business on the bathroom right now. We should be able to expect to see him pretty soon. Rockets are now taking the court. Looks for the most part will be the original starting lineup. No Roscoe just yet, but he should be back in pretty soon. Definitely a lot going on right now. Lutheran West are just coming off of a win versus John F. Kennedy Catholic. Definitely a very solid team, and although their record not great, sitting at 9-8 overall, they have played some extremely tough competition. Yeah, so Lutheran West will go start out the quarter with the ball right now. And the very, very athletic layup just didn't happen to go in for him. Yeah, and that's a signature three. We've always talked about it right there. Chase Kuzma for three. We've heard about it before. We talked about it all game long. Absolute sniper there. Standing at a whopping 6'3" at the point guard position. Most teams, that'll be your center right there. And we could obviously tell. Yeah, foul's going to be called right there. That's going to be on Josiah Davis. Haven't seen too many fouls from Lutheran West so far. Actually did put the Rockets into bonus in the second after only committing one foul in the first quarter. Score's currently 14-25 with the Rockets trailing. Yeah, and then went up with the hook shot. Foul is not going up. Foul will be on the floor. Yeah, no, we talked about this earlier, but Hodge passing in, definitely something that we like to see. Similar to like how Janier will pass it in on the sidelines. Seeing something a little bit different here. End up getting that turnover. And that's one thing from the Rockets that, we've talked to Marcini about it, we talked to every player about it, and it's just a constant. When you get a lot of turnovers, you don't tend to win a lot of games. We're seeing that right now. Yeah, and another three there from Chase Kuzma. Second of the half, second of the game. Unbelievable start for him. Only a minute in, banging 2 threes for Kuzma.
I've missed 2 threes?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I was talking to our producers and got caught up in the conversation.
Yeah, and that was a great off-the-steal layup right there from Jordan Custis. That timeout's already going to be called. Not a great start there for the Rockets. Going on a 6-point run there, start off the quarter. I would call a timeout too. Make sure I get some momentum back.
Kind of pause the game, talk to your guys for a minute, and also, looking at the stats right now, tonight's player of the game is going to be a tough conversation for us. The points are spread throughout the whole team, but yeah, tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Giannino's Pizza on State Route 303 in the Streetsboro Plaza. Giannino's offers pizza, chicken, and JoJo's, along with hot Italian subs. Have them cater your next part of your event. Give them a call at 330-626-4700.
Yeah, and so Trevor, it's always, especially when we have a great deficit like this, it is kind of hard to call a player of the game.
Yeah.
Not to say that this is, there's still plenty of basketball left. They could, I don't want to say easily, but they could definitely come back from this deficit. It's just a couple of shots that they haven't hit.
Yeah.
But they've been getting a decent amount of open shots too. But I think at the end of the day, this is going to go down to defense. Who's been hustling it out the most? Because right now we haven't seen, that's not to say we've seen bad offense, which we have, but we definitely haven't seen enough offense leaning towards one person.
Yeah, and really, when I'm thinking of player of the game, right now, I'm going to think of Ethan Laie for commanding this team. We saw him take control of the offense. We saw him talking to PJ as he gives a beautiful pass to Roscoe down low. Like, that's something, it's not a stat, but it's what you need to see out of the player of the game. It's a pass like that. Quick thinking, head up, driving down the court, and finding the open man.
Yeah, those are the high level. One thing you got to talk about sometimes for the passes is it's not just, did you find them? He threw that thing with some speed right there. And so passing is a skill. As Roscoe gets the rejection there, foul will be called on the court. We've seen that a lot this year, actually, with rejections that are called fouls.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just touch a little bit of that arm, a little bit of that hand, and it will be a foul call.
Looks like they said he got a little bit of the head there. I don't know if you saw the hands over from that. He hit him with one of those.
Oh,
I don't know if I've ever seen that. But that one falls on Robinson, his first of the night. Team's first of the half.
And there's something I'm thinking about now, Trevor. We haven't seen a ton of flagrant fouls, or technical fouls, for that matter.
No. Well, last year we saw, what, 4?
Oh, at least.
Like, I mean, we saw a lot of flagrants last year.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think there's been some this year that we've seen that haven't been called.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a consistency. I think I've seen actually some very good calling. I don't think I've ever seen any referees this year that I really haven't agreed with. Very, very consistent. So great job to those referees out there, man.
Yeah, and maybe a few missed calls here or there, or a call we don't agree with. But honestly, like, overall, I've never been unhappy with the ref's performance in a game.
Yeah, and I always think it goes both ways. You know, we don't like a call from them, and then, you know, we get one that maybe we shouldn't have had. Yeah, those are
great recovery by Lai there to point out that.
Like you talked about for player of the game. I mean, that's the hustle plays right there. The type of stuff like you won't see that right there on a stat line, but he just saved the team from getting a turnover. Yeah, and Robinson continues his 3-point drought right there, going 2 for 11 in that game against Field away. He's definitely had a tough time right there.
Way to fight for the ball there on the Rockets side. Jameer Cook under the hoop. He gets a good and one.
Yeah, quarterback pass there from Laie.
he cocked it back too. He didn't. I mean, he slung that thing down to Jameer Cook. It's about how long is this quote? Would you say about 90 feet?
Yeah, I think it's 98 maybe.
Yeah, it's close to 100.
Yeah, give or take.
Well, I mean, that's a solid 30-yard pass there from Ethan Laie. If you wasn't a soccer player, I'd be watching for him to go out for quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not a lick of fundamentals in it. It wasn't a chest pass by any means, but at the end of the day, he got down there. He did everything he had to do.
And right to the hands.
Got the N1 call.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so very undersized is Jordan Custis.
And he danced around too long with Hodge. Got a 5-second violation. You don't see much of those.
Yeah, so how do those work? They have to be moving?
Essentially, if you're just standing there with the defender on you, not actively trying to do anything, you're going to get that 5-second
So
call.
Even though he was dribbling?
Yeah, even though you're dribbling, if you're just standing, like, see, right now, I guess Hodge wasn't dribbling in that situation, but, like, they started counting there when Hodge was still dribbling. It's just, if you're not making anything to progress the game and you're just standing there with the defender on you, it's a beautiful layup. Man, he got down the court quick for how small he is.
Yeah, no. Like we talked about there, you can't get caught in that trap. You have to keep pushing.
Yeah, Robinson got a beautiful layup. That extends him the 4 points.
Oh, and Laie with the easy steal off of it. He's going to have problems.
Oh, are they going to get him in trouble? Oh, couldn't quite get the jump stop good enough. And there it is. Jameer Cook with the tech.
Well, didn't we just call that an air, Trevor?
We got to stop talking.
I haven't seen enough of them. But yeah, we just saw Laie get an explanation from the ref there, and that's the type of composure I like to see. He didn't go up and it was like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? It was just, what did I do wrong? And you saw him nod and agreed. Maybe he doesn't agree, but that's the type of professionalism you need to have with refs, because at the end of the day, there's a lot more basketball left to be played.
100%, and honestly, that's just a maturity thing. You've seen kind of Laie as he's grown. Each year you see less and less talking back from him and more, hey, what did I do wrong there? What could I do better so that doesn't happen next time? You know what I mean? And stuff like that just really shows him growing as a player. Both those technical free throws sunk by Kuzma. Monroe will come in for Cook, give him a chance to cool off a little bit. Now the lead 14 points.
Yeah, I know we talked about the beginning of the game. There's a guy on the roster that is 6'8". I think I'm seeing him on the bench down there in the all gray.
Is that him?
He looks like he's about 6'8", especially compared to some of those other guys around him. And then Robinson with that sneaky steal down low. Could barely see it.
Beautiful bounce pass over to Roscoe for a 2-point finish. And man, that's fundamental right there. 2-on-1. You get a nice jump stop bounce pass. Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely the athleticism getting up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the impressive part too when you think about it.
Monroe. District honors. District honors as a safety. I believe it was district honors as a safety. You saw him jump for that pass there and get a travel call.
And, I like the. I'm thinking of this one quote from. God, what was the guy? He was a third baseman for the Yankees. Alex Rodriguez. And he said, sometimes when I go out there, I'm thinking I'm my high school quarterback still.
Yeah.
Making some of those tougher passes. That's exactly what happened right there. That's why multi-sport athletes are so good. You can't just focus on one sport sometimes because you use experience from every sport. And like we just saw right there. Oh, and Aiden Monroe, huge guy, rolls around. And Laie got all up in there.
It looks like they called a shooting foul on that?
I don't know for sure if I agree with that necessarily. I don't believe he got fully up there.
No, I wouldn't even see that was the act of it. I thought they were calling a travel on Monroe.
But I think just the size of him, it's got to be a hard call because I'm sure he's got to cover up the ball pretty well.
Yeah. There's going to be a substitution for Lutheran West, pardon me. Jordan Custis coming in for Marquise Capers. That's a fun name. I like that. Marquise Capers.
Oh, yeah. Man, he's definitely had himself a bit of a game so far. And Rockets trailing pretty significantly right now, down 13. Given those technical foul shots, did not help at all. Yeah, just it's going the way of the Rockets, but that was just a lazy shot right there from Laie.
That was bad. That was forced. That was rushed. That's not what you need when you're down 13.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it's definitely him trying to be a leader and trying to kind of set the precedent of, like, guys, we need to go start taking shots, but...
Roscoe with 10, by the way. I just now noticed that.
I couldn't have told you that. Super heads-up play there from Laie with a pump fake. And that's one of those things that I've always loved the pump fake because it's more of a mental skill than a physical skill. Yeah, great poke steal there from Laie. Too bad it didn't end up back into the Rockets' hands. He gets that fast break layup. No good. And just absolutely phenomenal defense there from Josiah Davis to stop that fast break layup.
Great sportsmanship from the Rockets. Just had a Longhorn down there and three Streetsboro white jerseys down there. Help pick them up. That's always good to see. I love to see it.
Yeah, I saw something like that in the JV game. Or somebody actually tripped right over Allen going up front a layup, and it was Jake Szynski that helped him up. He's sitting on varsity right now. And those are those calls we like to see right there.
Right there, look at that. Janier Cook helping the big boy up. And, man, he is all 6 foot and 6 inches that he is listed. That's a big dude.
He's not fat at all. I mean,
he's not fat, but he's built. Like, I mean, he's probably 6'6", 220 around there, and he's a built 6'6". That is honestly kind of scary. If I was on the court and that's coming at me, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, he's only a junior right now.
Junior? Wow.
Can't wait to see what he's like next year. Or honestly, I'm kind of glad that I'm not going to see it because wow, that's going to be one player to mess with. Yeah, Rockets just been so slow on offense so far. Definitely due to the height. And that pass definitely not intended for Laie. Got to his hands, though.
Robinson over the hoop. Looks like he's going to get a shooting foul there.
God, Robinson is just so good at drawing fouls like that.
He's great at drawing fouls. That foul falls on number 0, Chase Kuzma for the Longhorns. That'll be his second.
Yeah, I mean, 4 points, even though he hasn't been shooting great. And I think that's kind of the thing about him is I've always liked the shooter's mentality where whether you're in the biggest slump of your lifetime or whether you're red hot, you take the same amount of shots. And I couldn't agree more with that.
Yeah, and really, back to what you talked about earlier, Robinson going through that contact, not afraid of contact and drawing those fouls, it's awesome.
Yeah, 100%, Trevor. And that's one of those things that the only other guy on this team that I really think does it to his level is Janier Cook.
Yeah.
And we've always see him. He'll get his pump fakes, and he does a really good job at getting fouls and even and one calls. Definitely Kuzma running the point guard right now. Hit some pretty banging threes at the beginning of the half, then kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, Roscoe, great defense there. The Rockets' defense really turning up the second half. I mean, they've allowed points, but as a whole, they look much, much better right now. Who was that?
That was Jaden Taylor got the near dunk.
Was that Taylor or Davis?
That was Jaden Taylor. Big shoes.
I was gonna say I couldn't check the number there. I saw the 2 on the jersey. I wasn't sure if it was 12 or 2 there.
Not to mention, that's a sweet pair of shoes right there.
It is.
That old pink.
That does look nice.
You have to give me a pair of those.
I might have to. For your pickup basketball games.
Oh yeah, wait till I start hitting up some of these open gyms.
Once it gets warm outside, Streetsboro City Park, great outdoor courts there.
Oh yeah, I mean, they got both of them too.
Yeah.
You got games of all skill levels too.
Yeah.
So obviously listen. Sometimes back in my day, I used to run it with YA, his older brother, Chima. There's a reason I don't play basketball anymore, Trevor. Those guys would kill me.
Back in your day, what was that? 10 months ago?
I mean, not even as much as summer, but back when I used to be a legit hooper, it was.
Oh, back when you were legit. Oh yeah, I forgot about your hooper days.
Oh, they are the reason I am not in my hooper days anymore. But always been a blast to play with.
Yeah.
It's good sports too, so I can personally attest a lot of what I've seen. And Lyak gets caught in that trap there. Does a good job of getting out.
Great pass down to Lyak.
Oh my goodness! An insane rejection by Marquise Capers. What a block!
That was nuts. He came flying to get that block on Roscoe.
God, that was not a graceful part of that block. That thing was full speed ahead.
Yeah. No, he just absolutely crushed that ball.
God, I'm a Rockets fan at heart, but at the end of the day, I'm a fan of the game, and I am a fan of that block right there.
Yeah, that's an energy block. That'll crush the spirits when that happens to you.
Oh, and he gets stuck down low. He's always done a good job of getting passed out, even when he gets stuck. Definitely got to commend him for that because that takes a huge amount of court awareness.
The Rockets moving the ball real well right now. Cook gets a nice layup, and that's moving the ball like that will create open shots. That cuts the lead down to 10.
Man, can he talk even about Robinson right there? You could see him go up as the shot was taken, getting ready to box out a defender or even get a putback. Super high effort play, I would say. As he gets the shooting foul there, that'll be Jordan Custis. Ball narrowly gets out. Almost was could be getting a 3-point play there.
Yeah. And the Rockets, I'm not really sure what this defense is. And it's almost like a zone man mix.
Yeah, it's
like you'll see.
I can't say it's sloppy.
No, it's not sloppy. I really like it because you'll see guys playing man, and then someone will cut through the lane, and you just see fingers point. Everyone knows where everyone's at, and somehow everyone still has a man, but you're not really moving too much.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where it's definitely confusing defense. We saw Lyak kind of getting on Robinson a little bit earlier about it, which, to me makes sense because we saw it work out in the end.
Yeah. That 3-point play is capitalized there.
2-point play. Did not make the layup.
Oh, no, he didn't make the layup.
Almost. Literally.
I only saw the second free throw because we were chatting there about the defense.
Yeah, he was going all around there. The Rockets now trailing 12 with 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Not the position you want to be in. This right here is where you need to get in go, go, go mode. You need to start scoring the ball. I think they've been playing very solid defense so far this game, but defense only goes so far. Some would say good offense beats a great defense, and that's what's happening right now.
100%.
Like that shot right there, it's, I definitely like where he was going, but I feel like especially with 10 seconds left, you have time for a better option there.
Yeah, I think he was looking to draw more of a foul there and just didn't get it.
Yeah, it was a tough position. And I think these referees, they're doing a good job at cracking down on calling fouls on legitimate shot attempts. I don't think they like to call them on drawn fouls.
Yeah.
If anything, they call them on the floor. I think we've seen a lot. We're going to notice with 3 seconds left.
And
you got to try to get a play off there.
Are they just going to take it to the quarter?
Yeah, so that'll conclude the quarter. Yeah, I think he tried to call him stepping out of bounds, but I think they'll just call it nothing.
Yeah, they'll just call the quarter.
But Rockets now down 12. Minute left in this timeout. Trevor, you got to tell me, what do the Rockets need to do to get themselves back into this game?
To get themselves back into this game, the Rockets, first of all, need to just sit down on defense, not let them get open shots, and not let them get in the paint. They've been tearing us up in the paint all night long because they got that height advantage on us. We need to keep them out of the paint and just let them stick to the perimeter. They got a couple good shooters. We could just lock them down, and the main thing is just preventing them from scoring. because we have a good enough offense. We can score points, but rarely are we having unanswered points. And that's what's going to kill you in a game. You need to have unanswered points to make up that deficit. Right now, 12-point deficit. So that's really the main point is hitting open shots and even contested shots. We got to hit a few threes. We've had, maybe 2 threes on the Rocket side? Not even?
I don't think – have we even hit a 3?
We had 1, I believe.
I'm not –
No, Robinson has 1 3, doesn't he?
No, Robinson's been in that cold streak.
He has on that cold
streak. So we
streak.
haven't had a 3-point shot made yet. I don't think that's as much as the problem.
I'm not saying we need to take more threes.
No, I know what you're saying. It's the efficiency from the 3-point line that we need to work on.
We need to be able to sink a frickin' shot.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said earlier, I love taking them. But as Coach Thomas always says, we have a lot of shooters. We don't have a lot of makers.
Is that a real Coach Thomas quote?
That is a real Coach Thomas quote in the huddle of a JV game.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, beautiful shot down low. Roscoe, always been known as a scorer. Seems right there that's not all he is. Great facilitation from him. Yeah, and Aiden Monroe definitely not a force I would want to reckon with by any means. Makes Monroe look, or sorry, not Monroe, makes look tiny out there. That's one of those guys where I'm always wondering, why don't you give him the ball a little bit more if I'm Lutheran West? Yeah, but that's that same mid-range right at the free throw line we saw earlier in the game. So efficient. And such a great shot because nobody thinks it's ever going to happen.
3-2. Not a defense you typically see. You see a lot of 2-3s, but not many 3-2s.
Yeah, Lutheran West, definitely a good defensive team. I don't have a ton to say about. I'm not questioning their decision by any means. They've been doing a really good job at guarding the Rockets so far. Rockets haven't gotten a ton going. And see that, he always likes to stop his dribble before passing, and that's kind of been hurting him, as we've seen all game, where he gets caught in that trap, and then it leads to a turnover. But it looks like they're no longer setting traps right now.
Well, Robinson just wasn't quite in a trap position there. Really, you're looking right in between that the wing and the corner there. Great pump fake by Roscoe. Man, he sent him flying.
Yeah, like we talked about before. Great pump fake, better positioning.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right spot, right time, and I mean that's that high-level basketball we talk about. It's the positioning more so than the actual shot making itself. Oh, great pass by Monroe down there. An even better rebound. That was Maurice Capers. Wow. And
that's the rebounding we're talking about. Like right there, if you come down with that rebound, you have unanswered points on the board. But just like that, they got a rebound put back, and now difference is still the same.
Well, that 100% shows the advantage of having a tall team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very, very skilled players, but I think they're even better athletes, and they're very, very tall.
Yeah. But the Rockets, they need to be stronger with the ball. Like you saw, Janier Cook was right there with a hand on the ball. You got to be strong with it, hunker down, and just pull that ball down. Robinson, another 3 attempts. That one in and out again.
That's better than we've seen most times.
Are they going to get a foul here?
Yeah, I think he just kind of got tripped up between Laie and Hodge there. Yeah, definitely a tough shot, but something to talk about on that prior possession there. I mean, Laie, I know he did pass it out to Robinson. That was his three-point shot to take, though. There was not a guy on him. And so I think that's kind of something that he's struggled with. I'd say that's his biggest flaw, is he doesn't quite have that shooter's mentality, at least from anything outside of the paint.
Yeah.
And he's not a poor shooter by any means. Last year he was because of the problem.
And wide open layup. You can't have that.
Those are the little things that kill teams. With 5 minutes left, Rockets down 14. We're going to need just about a miracle to pull this game out. And we're not seeing a ton from the Rockets offense. I mean, don't get me wrong, the defense, it has been quite poor, but it really is more so the offense that's been killing the Rockets. Yeah, Monroe, that's definitely the future point guard of the Rockets. So we actually ran a couple plays at the beginning of the game. And the only thing I want to point out, beginning of the game, that's when they had their closest. I mean, I know the game has progressed, but it was the closest when Monroe and Hodge were running the point guard. And that is not an testament to Laie, but I'm almost just trying to say he might have a little bit more value against this team when he is down low.
Yeah. By the way, down there, that take great by Adrian Monroe. Standing at about 5'8". He's not a big guy.
Yeah,
and you have a 6'6" guy and a 6'1" guy standing on either side of you.
Yeah, and Aiden Monroe, not to be confused with Adrian, still kind of going nuts down there.
Ethan Lai stepped in while Adrian had that shot, so that first shot is null and void. Lane violation. You must be in your position when the ball is given to him. You can't move up to it. Even though it was only the first shot, you got to stay outside of the arc.
Yeah, it's definitely a play that you, especially from a senior leader such as him, you don't want to see. But at the end of the day, he's been out here for a while. I think it was more of a mistake than it was a meditated thing.
What was that difference at the end of the third quarter? I forgot to jot it down. Was that when it was 14?
12, 10?
12. I think 12 sounds right. So, looking at the difference throughout the game, Rockets down 5 to start, then down 8 at the first half, and then down 12, and now down 13. So that lead is just constantly growing for the Longhorns.
Yeah, and looks like they couldn't get it in when those 5 seconds they were allotted right there. Ball's going the way of the Rockets. But yeah, I mean, if we look at it, that right there is just the difference of hitting that one more three, making that easy layup. And that right there is the difference of the game right now. It's, like you talked about earlier, it's the little things. They have been strong in transition, but when you miss the little shots, I mean, it's tough to win a game. I mean, that pass is beautiful right there from Hodge, up down to Roscoe down there, but he just kind of got caught. He got off footing a little bit. I mean, it wasn't for a lob to be executed well. You need a near perfect pass, especially for somebody that doesn't have a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
And that is one of the greatest pump fakes I've seen of the day right there.
It was less of a pump fake and more of just like Monroe was hot. He was flying.
I mean, that's at the end of it. A pump fake doesn't have to be a shot all the way up there. I mean, I don't know about what you think, but I'm thinking it's
3 seconds on Morris. He's a young guy. That's something you got to be aware of. You got to check your footing when you're down in the paint. You can't be in that paint for more than 3 seconds.
Well, also, I'm kind of wondering why he was even down there. He's never really played anything lower than a shooting guard. I mean, I guess he probably is the small forward. No, he's probably the power forward, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Running super small ball lineup. And that was just a wide open layup for Chase Kuzma right there. Definitely a big three-point shooter, but we're seeing he's great in the paint there. And then see, that right there that's the problem with running that small ball lineup. You got nobody to guard a tall guy like Kuzma.
Yeah.
Yeah, listed at 6'3", might even be a little bit taller than that. Morris will finally sink a three. Timeout Rockets. 14-point game, 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Game's not gone, but stuff needs to happen.
I hate to say game's over before it is, but looking at the Rockets bench, they think the game's over, and that's an issue. You can't check out of a game early, no matter what. 14-point difference in 3 minutes, you can make that up.
100%.
You got to hunker down and play some hustle basketball, and they're checked out right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely kind of noticed that. Obviously, your core players are still in the game. I mean, Laie he's still mentally there. Roscoe's there. Robinson's there. But the problem is the further you go down, and that's the further that's when those guys, they kind of get a little bit checked out. And you can't have that problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you start losing ball games.
100%.
I mean, think about what happens if comebacks never happened. Think about how different history would be.
Yeah. Like Cavs, 2016 championship. They were down 3-1. Imagine Cleveland without that comeback victory.
We'd still be calling LeBron a casual.
Okay, I don't think that would happen, but the Cleveland basketball program as a whole would be the same.
Oh, yeah. Even what we saw from last night.
Not to say we live in the past, but we low-key ride that 2016 championship.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago. Definitely.
And I still mention it more than once a week.
Is that so?
I do. I talk about the 2016 championship more than you would think. But getting back into the game here, Lutheran West with the ball. Just going to pass it around, try to chew that clock time.
And I couldn't agree more, but the thing you can't do is leave the paint open. Smallest guy on the team right there, Jordan Custis, only listed at 5'8", making the easy, wide open layup. That should never be happening. And that corner three from Hodge, can't hit it. And that just shows the type of momentum the Rockets have been having all night so far.
And another wide open lane.
You said it, Trevor. That's the little things. And that right there is the little things that have killed the Rockets this game.
The Rockets are completely checked out right now.
And not even much to say about that. I mean, obviously, Roscoe, he's going to try to do his best as the leading scorer on this team to give that last-ditch effort. But, I mean, it's going to be hard, especially when you start. I mean, they've given up on defense from what I've seen. So that's that's been a problem.
Yeah, you hate to see guys checking out. It's never good.
I mean, Laie just passes it right into Josiah Davis there.
I don't even have words right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's out of bounds, going the way of the Rockets. Like, kind of shaking off his, I don't know if that was the referee or his team engineer Cook there. I mean, it's just been a very, very sloppy last part of the game. In the corner, Robinson finally sinks one. And that's huge. I mean, that's a guy that he didn't quite give up right there. We've got to give him a little bit of a shout out there. Because, man, this game is just so close yet so far in the end. And a foul on the floor is called. We're going to go to a full bench rotation here. Looks to be most of what next year's game is going to look like. That's Kyler Jackson subbing in, Adrian Monroe, Dallas Morris, Gramir Chima, and the Ginger Giant.
Ginger Giant, Chris Grable. He's got two tonight. 5 the other night. He made quarter three against Norton, or not Norton.
Oh, that was a
Poland.
Yeah, Poland. That was a fun shot to see, should I say? And yeah, that was Kuzma. Corner threes, hit 3 on the half. Man, that is just so brutal. It's up to 15 points. It's just killing him right now, man. So tough to see. But yeah, Rockets down 38-56. No coming back from this one, unfortunately.
No. The Rockets just try to get some guys some good PT, develop the team for next year, and that's really all Coach Marcini can do now. I mean, his starters don't really look like they want to be here.
No, not at all. I mean, I think something to call out, too, is it's less about win or lose and more about the hustle, I think. Because at the end of the day, this is, on paper, a better team. They lost by 6 points to St. Ignatius, which is, I mean, that's incredible, Trevor. I mean, seriously unbelievable. But I think they had it, and I think they just kind of started to let it slip with lazy play in the end.
Yeah, lazy, and it wasn't even just in the end. All game we were talking, the Rockets are playing messy basketball right now. And that's going to lose you a game. And we've been saying the whole game, the little things matter. You got to tight passes, know what you're doing, know your defensive assignment. And the Rockets just haven't been doing that tonight.
Yeah, and so haven't quite gone to the deepest of subs yet for Lutheran West. Not to say that they go very deep, because they're a very good team. I'm wondering, what do you think we're going to see from the end of the game for this team right here? And just an airballed 3 there from Dallas Morris. Brutal shot.
I don't even know what to say anymore, Bryce.
I mean, I'm glad he's taking it and not just.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I'm not mad at the shot.
Yeah, so as the clock underwinds, definitely it's definitely a challenge game, but also, so we've said they won 10 out of the last 12. Sometimes you need to pick up a loss towards the end of the season to know that you are not untouchable. I mean, playoffs, it is you lose one game and you're out. This isn't, it's not a series like it is in professional basketball. Yeah, it looked like Jod Eid got tripped up a little bit there.
And 24 seconds left. Longhorns probably just going to dribble out the clock here. And we're gonna let you guys sit with this one tonight.
Yeah, and so they're gonna end the game like that. Rockets lose 38-58. Definitely a tough performance. Nobody on the Rockets really played out. I mean, Roscoe had a pretty decent game. The rest of them didn't play necessarily incredible. Gino's player of the game is going to be a little bit hard to tell this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
You know,
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards Roscoe right now. I do think that
Roscoe,
although the team played poor, he did have a pretty good game. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he had what, 12, 14?
12, I believe.
12. Yeah, I mean, 12 points.
Yeah.
He got some solid rebounds. I mean, considering his limited minutes.
Yeah. So tonight's G Nino's player of the game, Ryan Roscoe. You'll receive a larger 2-item pizza from G Nino's. And you can have G Nino's cater your next party or event. Call them at 330-626-4700. They offer lots including pizza, chicken, and JoJo's, along with hot Italian subs. Anything else from you, Bryce?
I mean, get ready. Next game is actually senior night, so the listed game time, I would tune in just a little bit before that because the Rockets always do like to show out for senior night.
Yeah.
So that is against Cloverleaf on Sunday. And
Friday.
Sorry, yeah, Friday. Good call. Once again, our final score is 38-58. Join us for our next home broadcast this Friday. Yeah, against Cloverleaf for our
13th.
senior night. Yeah, and once again, our Geninos player of the game was Ryan Roscoe. Thank you to Dylan. Did a great job as always.
Trev, can we get Dylan in here?
Oh, yeah. Dylan, lean in.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. There's Dylan.
There you go, Dylan. Always have fun with him, as always. Trevor, great job, man.
Thank you, Bryce.
Had a blast doing it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Corey,
Yeah.
can't forget to mention you. And I'm Bryce Posek. Good night, everybody.